Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Mythlok with your host Nitin Nair. Now everyone who's been tuned into this podcast for a while know that there are mythologies who I'm really passionate about and get really excited when exploring the different characters. And there are other mythologies that trigger a sense of nostalgia, especially Indian mythology and some parts of Greek and Roman mythology. But there is this one region of mythology or one collection of mythologies who I've been introduced to very recently and that has completely taken over my imagination in terms of how awesome and how expansive it is in the grand scheme of things. That is African mythology. Africa is a huge continent, and I've mentioned this over and over again whenever we've touched on the topic, and that every different region or every different country in modern Africa has its own distinct culture, and it's really unfair on my part or anyone else's part in the world to really club the whole of Africa as being homogeneous and having a similar culture. It really isn't the factor, but it's just that for simplicity or for ease to run this podcast and the Mythlok website, we've just clubbed everything as African mythology. We've discussed certain characters from East and Central Africa before, and now we travel all the way down south where we talk about the Inkanyamba. The Inkanyamba is a legend in South African mythology, where it is believed that a large serpent with a horse head lives in a lake near Pietermaritzburg. The local tribes believe it to be a terrifying creature which is particularly active in the summer months. The legend of the Inkanyamba originated from cave paintings that were found in the province of Natal. These animals have been referred to as rain animals due to their appearance during storms. When you discuss the physical attributes of the Inkanyamba, there have been claims by various experts that the Inkanyamba is another version of the Loch Ness monster, or even that it is inspired by the Ninkinanka, which is another aquatic creature known in Gambia. But the physicality of all these different creatures are very different, and the Inkanyamba is unique because it is believed to be over 20 feet long and resembles a snake or an eel in all aspects except the head, which was clearly equine or horse-like in nature. Many descriptions tend to swing between the head being that of a horse or that of a zebra. The monster is also said to have like a horse-like mane on its head and a fin-like mane across its back. The origin of the Inkanyamba or its family is always debated. Several accounts state that seasonal tornadoes and high winds are said to be due to the frustration of a male Inkanyamba in its inability to find a mate who lives along the depths of the same river. Scientists believe that the Inkanyamba is a version of the Anguilla marmotara and the Mozambica, which are freshwater eels that can grow to a length of around 6 feet. The locals claim otherwise. They believe that it is much larger and has supernatural abilities. The legend surrounding the Inkanyamba states that it attracts massive tornadoes during the summer months. The Xhosa tribe claims that this creature is said to take flight in the form of a giant tornado to find its mate. They are also associated with unexplained disappearances of domestic animals. There have been plenty of modern-day sightings, with the most popular one being that of game ranger Andalisi Buthelezi, who first saw the creature in 1962. A caretaker named Jonas Longwane saw the beast twice in 1974 and 1981. In 1995, a restaurant owner named Bob Tini spotted the animal at Rehoboth Falls. There have been images which claim to be a photograph of the Inkanyamba, which you can actually check at our website Mythlok, and similar to the Loch Ness monster and the Ninkinanka, there have been numerous expeditions that have taken place to really find out whether this creature actually exists or as usual, it is just a figment of the imagination of the local people. We will be exploring a lot more different characters and gods from African mythology as we go along our journey of unearthing a lot more characters from mythology the world wide over. Thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of Mythlok. This is your host Nitin Nair, signing off by reminding you once again that Mythlok is the home of mythology.